Welcome to Defeating the Blank Page podcast, smashing creative blocks, one page at a time. Hosted by JoeyTheJag, creator of Supernova Slam.
Welcome to Defeating the Blank Page, the podcast where we build a webcomic universe one episode at a time. I'm your host, JoeyTheJag, and this is episode 7, the origin episode. Today, we bring our protagonist to life and shape the emotional and narrative spark that makes our story matter. If you've been following along, you know we already defined the universe and genre. Now, let's dive deep into character building, emotional arcs, the world's first ripple, and the iconic first issue. Let's break it all down in 20 question steps to create an unforgettable origin story. Please leave a like and subscribe for more awesome content on how to do a webcomic as I continue my podcast and making my very own webcomic. The first question is, what is the emotional state of your protagonist before the story begins? My webcomic answer is Jay Novak is jaded. He's a kid, bored of life, school, everything in between. He struggles to articulate how he feels. He moves through life in dual, repetitive loops. Nothing makes sense. He's not depressed. He's just unengaged, unmotivated, emotionally shut off. That's my main character. The second question is, what is the ordinary day-to-day setting of the character? My main characters in my webcomic, Jay, lives in the small town of Nogvilla, California, with his mom, dad, 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and grandparents. His life is school, home, repeat. Knoxville Elementary is boring, life is stale, but change is coming. That's my answer for this question. 3. What object or event disrupts that ordinary world? My answer for my webcomic is one morning before school, Jay's grandfather's pocket watch starts glowing blue and shaking. When Jay throws it, it breaks open, and out flies the Blueberry Fairy, sarcastic and fabulous, brushing her hair mid-flight. Her name? Zaragoza Lilifa. She's been sealed away for 3,000 years. She tells Jay the awakening of magic has begun, and he's the one who did it. 4. How does the main character react to this disruption? I'm going to tell you for my webcomic. Jay panics. He remembers a class moment when a kid once said magic was real, and the teacher subtly warned never to say such things again. That's a secret government division that erases magic from the world. Jay wants nothing to do with it. Zaragoza tells him he's been chosen. He has 3 summoning wishes, and an evil is coming for him. 5. What is the first small consequence of this disruption? Inside a top secret facility, a minor government worker detects a magic spike. His commander shrugs it off, too small to matter, unaware that this spark is the beginning of a cosmic war. The story of Supernova Slam, Pepper Cake Punch has begun. 6. What locks your main character into this new world? Zaragoza tells Jay he must accept the summoning pact or return to normal life. If he breaks the pact later, his family could end up being erased and vanished by magic. Nervous and scared, Jay says no. Zaragoza and the gingerbread guardian, no hero, disappear. But it's too late. His aura has already been awakened. His story is now in motion. So no matter what happens, things have already changed in my webcomic for the main character forever, whether he wants to participate on it or not. 7. What is the main character's emotional flaw? My answer for my webcomic is Jay is afraid of taking action. He doesn't know how to express himself, how to help, how to be seen. He freezes in the face of responsibility. This fear defines his emotional journey. 8. What early action shows your main character's nature? Earlier, he witnessed a classmate get bullied for believing in magic. Jay wanted to help, but froze. He turned away. That guilt weighs on him. He doesn't believe he has what it takes to do the right thing. 9. What's the first visual hook for readers? Recess. A meatball crashes from space and mutates into a monster when it hits the kitchen or the recess outside schoolyard's table, smashing onto the table. And as it does, its juice, its red saucy juice flows and contacts other foods around the table. What happens is the juice boxes and snacks turn into mutant foods. Chaos erupts, and Gingerbread No Hero appears out of nowhere, out of smoke bombs, and starts battling with Spice Kick ninja strikes. Jay watches in stunned silence. 10. How do you hint at the bigger world? A symbol is stamped on Meatball Bob's head, the logo of Crab Apple Monster Foods, a sinister brand tied to space villainy. A factory somewhere is producing these monsters that send these mutated foods to different planets to conquer. There's a much bigger threat out there, and this just gives you a little bit of a hint of the bigger world. 11. What is the tone and pace of the episode? My webcomic is funny, heartfelt, spooky, and emotionally intense. It's cartoonish but grounded. And my good comparisons of inspiration to kind of compare a bit is Gravity Falls meets Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And it's a slow build-up type of story, but the action is fast-paced, meaning it has fast action payoff. And laughter meets stakes, meaning that this story is more humorous than serious. Even though there are serious moments, it's more about what if, mutated foods attack an elementary school, but has that comedy and tragedy type of effect. They're the same coin for this webcomic. 12. What moment sparks your main character's emotional connection to magic? When the Blueberry Fairy tells Jay he's the only one who can command No Hero, that he must train his protector. Jay starts realizing he matters. His choices will shape outcomes. That fear becomes responsibility. 13. How does the magical world reflect your main character's inner conflict? The Blueberry Fairy represents imagination. Gingerbread No Hero represents potential. Magic is real, but feared, hidden, punished. Jay's conflict is believing in himself when the world doesn't. 14. What promise does this episode make to the audience? This story is about hope, identity, fear, and discovering the hero inside. It's a vibrant, whimsical thriller about surviving magical chaos and growing up. 15. How does the episode end? Gingerbread No Hero defeats the mutant meatball, saving the school. But when the teachers arrive, they find only Jay covered in red sauce. Everyone blames him. All the kids are scared, afraid. And the Blueberry Fairy and No Hero have vanished. They're nowhere around. So this looks pretty bad. Jay mutters, "Has my life changed for better or worse?" 16. Who are the key supporting characters introduced? His father, who is time obsessed. His mother, who is rule bound. His grandma, mysteriously loving. His grandpa, poetic. His siblings, diverse talents. Faculty, clueless. The world around Jay represents tension, pressure, and love. 17. What's your main character's first major challenge? During the mutant lunch attack, Jay saves 7 kids, but he freezes again when 4 are devoured. 18. What visual motif appears? Is the symbol on the food monsters. It returns later as a brand, as a warning, as a breadcrumb trail to the greater villainy of the story. 19. What mystery hooks the audience? Far in space, the evil chocolate bar villain Crab Apple hears of magic reawakening. He smirks. Maybe I'll be the one to end Earth myself. He plans to join the Zodi Warriors under Naknik the Rabbit. 20. What emotional state ends the episode? Jay started numb and distant. Now he's confused, guilty, and overwhelmed. But he's aware. His story has started, and there's no going back. You answered all 20 of these questions for your own webcomic. Now you're 20 steps closer to making your webcomic, because now you have a character that has been built off for all these different aspects that will help you in defining your main character, that will push the entire story forward, because the main character is so important. And that wraps episode 7 of Defeating the Blank Page. We've created a full origin story. That's right. Next time, we move to episode 8. So, bringing your main character to life visually, emotionally, and narratively. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Until then, keep drawing, keep dreaming, and don't be afraid of the blank page. Defeat it.
Stay bold, keep drawing, and defeat the blank page. See you in the next panel.